So we're going to start now by talking to Peter Gedil, whose son was killed on 9/11 in the World Trade Center. Let me ask you, Peter, should Americans fear Islam?
Well, I'd like nothing better than to say that I was not afraid of Islam. I'd like nothing better than to say to my Muslim friends and fellow citizens, welcome to America. I'm glad you're here. Make yourself at home. But the fact is that we have too many history of Muslim terror attacks, and many of them so-called homegrown, second generation. And I think to ignore that threat is to ignore the history of Islam.
Donna Marshall Connor, you also lost a daughter.
Yes.
You lost your unborn grandchild.
Yes.
Do you think you, America, should be afraid of Islam?
I think Americans should fear criminal behavior. I think we should do the best we can to control criminal behavior. But I can't raise my two remaining sons to fear the people who live next door to them. That is not what my grandparents came to America to escape. You know, we are a group of 9/11 family members. I know a lot of family members are here. We share that pain. And, you know, I think the unfortunate piece of this is that we don't agree on this.
Let me ask you, Reverend Graham, you have said, and you said not so long ago, that President Bush and President Obama made a great mistake when they said that Islam is a peaceful religion. It's not, you said. There's no evidence in its history. It's a religion of hatred. It's a religion of war. And repeatedly you've said that Islam is wicked and evil. Why do you say that?
First, Christian, I understand what the Muslims want to do in America. They want to build as many mosques, cultural centers as they possibly can so they can convert as many Americans as they can to Islam. And I understand that.
That's your position.
Sure, and I understand what they're doing. And I just don't have the freedom to do this in most Muslim countries. We can't have a church. We're not able to build synagogues. It's forbidden. But let me just say something about Islam. I love the Muslim people. But I have great difficulty with the religion, especially with Sharia law, and what it does for women, toward women, toward non-believers, the violence that is given under Sharia law.
Imam Osama Bahlul of Tennessee was listening intently.
Is it allowed under Sharia law?
Please let me say this. I am so sorry about anyone lost to any member of in September the 11th. We denounce this, and we feel so bad, and we share sadness with everyone. Went through such an experience. For someone to say we are not allowed to build a church in a Muslim country, this is absolutely not right. You can Google this. Okay. You can go to church in Egypt, a church in Syria. The oldest church, we have it in the Middle East. This is something. For you to say Islam is asking Muslim to beat a woman, this is absolutely not right.
Let me ask you, Robert Spencer. Should America fear Islam, and why?
Well, Islamic jihadis point frequently. They actually consistently explain and justify their actions and try to make recruits among peaceful Muslims by pointing to texts of the Quran, the actions of Muhammad, and the teachings of Islamic law. And so this is something that moderate and peaceful Muslims have to confront, but instead they always just displace responsibility and blame the people who are calling attention to these things. And then, of course, you have even peaceful Muslims like the Imam Rauf advocating for Sharia, which does deny equality of rights to women. It does deny the freedom of speech. He even calls for restrictions on the freedom of speech. He even calls for restrictions on the freedom of speech in his book, What's Right with Islam. And, you know, you talk about that Islam doesn't allow for wife beating. Well, it's in the Quran to beat your wife. And also, there's a television show in Saudi Arabia where they discuss the right implements to beat your wife with.
I want to turn to Daisy Khan, who